I placed a coin in the center of the handkerchief, covered it with a cup, and then pulled the handkerchief away. Is there still a coin underneath the cup now? Our viewers must have seen the coin drop. But if you answer, no coin, that would be a big mistake, because there is a trap hidden in the question. It's not just the table that counts as being underneath the cup. The floor also counts as being underneath the cup. Xiaoming looked closely, and indeed found the coin hidden on the ground. He picked up the coin, ready to submit his answer. But upon closer inspection, I suddenly noticed another drawer beneath the table and quickly turned back to look, only to be stopped by me. Thinks I indeed have a trump card up my sleeve. Xiaoming trembled with nervousness. It was obvious without even thinking that I must have hidden a coin inside. Xiaoming confidently answered that there was a coin under the cup. However, the referee directly declared his answer wrong. It turned out that everything earlier was just my acting. This duel not only tests intelligence, but also tests the psychology of both sides. Thus, I took advantage of Xiaoming's suspicion to win the first round, but this thoroughly enraged Xiaoming. He angrily raised his right hand and activated a special ability, instantly lowering the room's temperature. The table froze over instantly, and even the water glass was frozen solid. In such an environment, my thinking was blocked, making me shiver uncontrollably. Xiaoming took the chance to ask, within 1 kilometer of this house, are there more than 2 convenience stores? This almost made me laugh out loud. I had lived here for 10 years and knew how many dogs were in the surrounding kilometers like the back of my hand. After recalling carefully, there were at least 6 supermarkets, so I confidently answered more than 2. As a result, the demon referee issued a ruling. My answer was actually wrong. The referee's ruling remains absolute and fair. It just won't give a reason. Seeing the score tied up by 1 point, I decided to use my trump card. I began my question. Is there an explosive device underneath this handkerchief? Xiaoming thought, how could that be possible? The drawer was full of clutter with no related packaging, and the ground was completely empty. But he could never have imagined that 30 meters underground right beneath this house, an unexploded device from wartime was hidden. Just as Xiaoming answered, no, the referee immediately awarded him 1 point. He actually got this question right. Unexpected. I was completely puzzled. With the house still standing, the device couldn't have been dug out. Suddenly, a wild idea struck me. Could Xiaoming have lied just now? And his real ability was actually moving the house's position? At this moment, Xiaoming asked, are there more than 107 people within 1 kilometer of the house? Another question related to the house. I hurried to check my laptop, and sure enough, the computer switched from charging mode to battery mode. I then ignited a newspaper and put it in a fire bucket, triggering the smoke alarm, but not a single drop of water came out of the sprinkler. Now I was certain that Xiaoming's special ability wasn't altering temperature, but changing the geographical location of the house. The room dropped to minus 20 degrees likely because it was moved to the North Pole or South Pole, causing water and power cuts. 4 pounds. This explained why there were no supermarkets nearby, and the underground device was gone too. Since that was the case, the answer to this round's question was clear. In an extremely cold land like the North Pole, there were definitely not over 107 people within 1 kilometer. My impressive deduction received the referee's command, confirming my answer was correct. Now with a score at 2-2, the match reached the final tiebreaker, where the loser would face total elimination on the spot. I was remarkably calm. I burned all the money in my wallet and asked the question, is there more than 500 yen in the room right now for me? The restless Xiaoming also settled down, realizing that burning the money was just a trick, because the 500 yen coin is fireproof. After searching, he indeed found the coin intact. Then he reached into his pocket and pulled out the other 500 yen coin I used in the first round, which added up to 10 yen. So the answer to this question was that my money exceeded 500 yen. Thinking he had definitely won, the referee instead announced Xiaoming's defeat. His answer was wrong. I smiled faintly. It turned out that what I used in the first round wasn't a real coin at all, but a custom GPS tracker my family made for me to prevent me from getting lost.